Hey friends, it's Sarah here. Today I am working in my 2018 Project Life album, and I am working with the gorgeous Citrus Twist Pocket Life kit from October. So I am going through some of my cards right now and some of the 6x8 pattern papers, and I'm just kind of selecting some things that will work well with my photos for this week. I'm actually documenting August. So the colors from this kit just worked really well with the photos that I have going on. There are definitely some sort of fall related sentiments and some little bits and pieces that would work really well for documenting those fall months, but it's super versatile and would also work well for really just documenting any time of year. So even for the summer month of August, this was still sort of the perfect kit to document this week. So right now I'm going through the ephemera pack, and this was really my first time working with the kit, so I wanted to kind of look at every little piece and really choose some things that would work well here. So I loved the different leaves that were included. I know they're a little bit more sort of fall related, but they were just too cute. I had to kind of add them to my title card, and of course I'm going to use a bunch of hearts because that's kind of my thing. I always end up adding so many hearts to my pages, so this ephemera pack was perfect for that because there are a bunch of them in here. And then I loved that tag that says "so grateful for so much," so I'm going to really kind of simply add that to one of my 3x4 cards. So just kind of going through, having fun. The ephemera pack is always one of my favorite bits from these kits. So I like to use as many pieces as I possibly can. And now I'm going through my Alpha Puffy stickers. I loved this font. It's kind of a very simple but bold font, and it works really well for a title card. So I'm going to go ahead and spell out August. And these letters are really forgiving. You can kind of place them down with a light hand and then adjust them to kind of how you want them placed on your page. So that's great for me because I never really get it right the first time. So I'm going to kind of play with that and then stick these leaves behind my A. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in, and I'm going to end up adding a little heartwood veneer to those leaves as well, because I think things just look a little bit better in odd numbers. So kind of having 3 elements there instead of 2 just makes it look a little bit better. So now I'm going to go in with this stamp set. I believe this is the Traveler's Notebook stamp set, but I will have the Citrus Twist blog post that corresponds with this video linked up below. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and head on over there where I will have all of the products that I'm using linked up. But this stamp set came with a bunch of really fun sentiments that I wanted to include in this photo. And this photo is of sort of the bottom silhouette of my daughter. My mom had made this really cute romper for her that had a little heart on the bottom. And I just love her little feet. Of course, baby feet. So cute. She has such small feet, and anyway, so I wanted to kind of bring attention to that in this photo. So I ended up kind of curving these little sentiments to line up around her silhouette. And if you haven't done this before, it's super easy to take these little sentiments and kind of curve them on your acrylic block. And don't worry, it doesn't ruin your stamps. You can go ahead and when you're done stamping, they just go back to their original state. But I'm just kind of inking up different parts of each sentiment and kind of curving it and taking it in little bits and pieces. And this in no way ended up being perfect, but I tried to get kind of as close to the silhouette as possible, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was a little bit tedious kind of doing this, but I think it was kind of worth it in the end. It added just a really fun sort of, I don't know, border, and just something a little bit different that I don't usually do. And it was also just a great way to incorporate as many of these sentiments on this photo as I could. So that was really fun. I will go ahead and insert a close-up of this photo at the end of this video so you can see some of the sentiments and get a closer look at kind of what I did here. But I'm just gonna kind of figure out if I want to add another sentiment. I kind of played around with one of those stamps, but I decided to kind of keep it as it is. I think I might end up adding like a little wood veneer heart to this photo, but for the most part I kept it just how it is here. And then I'm just going through the embellishments again, figuring out what pieces I want to bring in. I'm going to adhere that tag down onto my 3x4 card. I'm going to add some little tiny attacher staples just to finish it off. I have this black and white photo of my parents with my daughter and added a couple of hearts there. And then I'm going to bring in this little Eat wood veneer that actually came in the main kit, but I felt like it was perfect here. That was one of the very first photos that I took of my daughter in her high chair, and that's when we were introducing her to solids. So I had that negative space right there that was created from her food tray, and that was just kind of the perfect place for that sentiment. So I wanted to make that a little bit special and add that on there. And then I went ahead and I printed out my journaling directly from my computer onto my cards, and I'm just filling in these little icons. They were little black and white icons that had fillable sections, so I went in with my colored pens and I'm just bringing in some of the colors from the page to that card. And that's pretty much going to finish off this page. I'm just going to keep embellishing until I'm happy with how it looks, but that's pretty much it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new to my channel, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye!